New fashionable Pokemon and new Shinies are coming to Pokemon Go during Fashion Week, but how can you make the most out of this event? Well, in this video I will be going through all of the event details, XP, Stardust and Candy tips, which Pokemon are worth catching, raids worth raiding and more. The event starts on November 15th at 10 AM and ends on November 19th at 8 PM. Fashionable, Wooper, Quagsire and Dragonite will be making their debut. The bonuses for the event will be 2 times catch candy, increased chance for trainers level 31 plus to receive Candy XL from catching Pokemon, and there'll be select avatar items on sale in the shop. For the wild encounters we have Summer Flare Pikachu, Fashionable, Diglett, Wooper and Croagunk, Gothita which is the new shiny, Female Frillish, Furfrou, Marini and rare spawns Fashionable Absol and Male Frillish. In 1-star raids will be Furfrou and Fashionable, Diglett, Wooper and Sneasel. In 3-star raids will be Fashionable, Butterfree, Dragonite, Curlier and Absol. In 5-star raids will be Virizion up until November 16th at 10 AM, and then Cobalion will be taking over for the rest of the event, and in Mega raids will be Mega Garchomp up until November 16th at 10 AM, and then Mega Kangaskhan will take over. There aren't any specific shadow raids for the event, but I will go through which shadow raids are available during the time of the event. So in 1-star shadow raids we will have Shadow Meowth, Machop, Wooper and Pineco. In 3-star shadow raids will be Magmar, Electabuzz and Gligar, and in 5-star shadow raids available only on the weekend will be Shadow Articuno. There will be 5-kilometer event eggs that will feature Summer Flare Pikachu, Fashionable, Wooper, Smoochum and Shinx, and Gothita. And it's good to note that Gothita hatched from these eggs will have an increased chance of being shiny. For the field research encounters we will have Fashionable, Butterfree, Diglett, Wooper, Curlier, Shinx and Blitzel. There will be a collection challenge rewarding XP, Stardust and an encounter with Fashionable Dragonite. There will also be a $2 research in the shop that will reward 2 premium battle passes and encounters with various fashionable Pokemon. New avatar items, Gothitelle top, pants and shoes, Reuniclus top and boots, a hooded denim jacket and denim pants will all be available for purchase in the shop. There will also be Gothita and Marini showcases taking place during the event, which are worth doing to get some XP, Stardust and potentially premium items. So that's about it for the details. Let's take a look at how you can maximize XP, Stardust and candy during the event. So there are no specific XP and Stardust bonuses for the event, but you can use Lucky Eggs to increase XP gains by 2 times, and you can use a Star Piece to increase Stardust gains by 1.5 times. I would recommend entering any showcases that you do see, because even if you don't rank highly, you will get some XP and Stardust just for doing them, and if you do happen to rank highly, you've got a chance for some premium items. It's also a good idea to be working on leveling up Friendship, because this season you will get 1.5 times XP for leveling up Friendship. So with this seasonal bonus and Lucky Eggs, you will get 9k XP for Good Friend, 30k XP for Great Friend, 150k XP for Ultra Friend, and 300k XP for leveling up to Best Friend. You can also increase the amount of XP you get per catch by Mega Evolving a Pokemon that shares the typing with the Pokemon that you will be catching. I will go through this in more depth as I get into the candy tips. So for the event there will be a 2 times catch candy bonus, and this can be increased by an additional 2 times by using Peanut Berries, or by a further 2.34 times by using Silver Peanut Berries. You can also Mega Evolve a Pokemon of the same type you are catching to increase the amount of Candy, Candy XL and XP you get per catch. With there being many different types spawning during this event, it's probably best to pick a Pokemon you want to hunt the most and then Mega Evolve a Pokemon of that type. I'll be going through Pokemon worth catching and their meta relevancies later on in the video, so that might help you decide which Pokemon to hunt and then which Pokemon to Mega Evolve. So when it comes to the amount of bonus you get from Mega Evolution, it does depend on the Mega level of the Mega Evolve Pokemon. Base level gives you 1 extra candy, high level gives you 1 extra candy, an extra 10% chance to earn Candy XL and 50 additional XP per catch. If you Mega Evolve a Pokemon that is max Mega level, you will get 2 extra candy, 25% additional chance to earn Candy XL, and 100 extra XP per catch. So let's have a look at which Pokemon are worth catching during this event. With most of the Pokemon spawning having costumes, it will be worth at least checking any costume Pokemon if you are a shiny hunter, because generally these Pokemon are only available for a few days each year, so they are rare shiny, and there's no guarantee that they will return in future events, so it's worth focusing on ones that you really do want in case they don't come back. Additionally, Gothita is a new shiny release for the event, so it's worth hunting if you are a shiny hunter. But if you aren't much of a shiny hunter, then these are some reasons you might want to catch some of the event Pokemon. So the costume Pikachu will be worth catching if you're looking to get your Pikachu fan Platinum Medal. The new costume Wooper will be worth catching if you haven't had enough of it from Community Day, because Quagsire is a decent Pokemon in the Great League, being ranked 32. Likewise, Croagunk might be worth picking up because Toxicroak is ranked 80 in the Ultra League. Both male and female Frillish will be available during this event, and Jellicent is a decent Pokemon in PvP, being ranked 34 in the Great League and 24 in the Ultra League. Furfrou is spawning, and whilst not meta relevant, it does have a lot of forms to collect, and it does require candy to change into the different forms, so it could be worth catching some Furfrou for candy. But remember, some forms of Furfrou are regional. Mareanie could be an option to consider because Toxapex is ranked 94 in the Great League. And in terms of the field research encounters, Wooper is worth hunting like I mentioned previously. Curlier will be available, and whilst in its costume form it won't be able to evolve, it might be worth getting Candy and Candy XL for Mega Gardevoir or Shadow Gardevoir, because Mega Gardevoir is the top Fairy type raid attacker and a top 10 Psychic type raid attacker, and Shadow Gardevoir is the second best Fairy type raid attacker, and it's also ranked 88 in the Master League. Shinx will also be available. Shadow Luxray is a top 10 Electric type raid attacker, so it might be worth getting some Candy and Candy XL for that. So if you do want the new shiny Gothita, it's definitely worth hatching some eggs as you play the event, and it's also worth looking out for Wooper and Shinx from those eggs. So let's take a closer look at which raids are worth your raid passes. When it comes to 1-star raids, I only recommend raiding Sneasel because the others are all available in the wild. Sneasel might be worth raiding for Candy and Candy XL for Shadow Weavile if you have one, because it is a top Ice type raid attacker. However, you can't currently evolve this costume Sneasel, so unless you are shiny hunting it or you are farming it for candy, it might not be worth using your raid pass on. In 3-star raids will be the new costume Dragonite, and I would recommend raiding it, not only because it can be shiny, but also because Dragonite is a decent Dragon type raid attacker, and it is ranked 5 in the Master League. And other than the one encounter you get from collection challenges, this is the only way to encounter it during the event. As I mentioned previously, Curlier might be an option for raiding for candy, but you can't currently evolve this costume Curlier, but this might change in the future. Virizion will be in 5-star raids, and this is a decent PvP Pokemon, being ranked 12 in the Ultra League and 48 in the Master League. Likewise, Cobalion is also a good one for PvP, being ranked 4 in the Ultra League and 58 in the Master League. Mega Garchomp will be worth raiding, especially if you couldn't do the raid day, because it is the second best Dragon and Ground type raid attacker, and Garchomp is ranked 41 in the Master League. Mega Kangaskhan doesn't have any meta relevance, but Kangaskhan is normally regional to Australia, so you might need it for the decks. When it comes to the Shadow raids, in 1-star Shadow raids, Shadow Machop might be worth picking up, because Shadow Machamp is the 4th best fighting type raid attacker, and it is also a decent Pokemon in PvP. It is ranked 22 in the Great League, 47 in the Ultra League, and 94 in the Master League. In 3-star Shadow raids, Shadow Gligar is worth raiding because it is ranked 4 in the Great League, and its evolved form Shadow Gliscor is ranked 22 in the Ultra League. Also, it does have a double weakness to ice, so it is a soloable tier 3 Shadow Raid boss. Shadow Articuno is back again, and it is a decent ice type raid attacker, so it could be worth picking up, but I'm sure most people probably have what they need from this Shadow Raid boss now, because it has been available quite a lot. So let's have a look at some 100% IVs you can look out for. For Virizion and Cobalion, they will have the same 100% IVs, which will be 1727 or 2159, with a weather boost in sunny or cloudy weather for Virizion, and snowy or cloudy weather for Cobalion. For Garchomp, the 100% IVs will be 2264 or 2830 with a weather boost in windy or sunny weather. And for Kangaskhan, the 100% IVs will be 1477 or 1847 with a weather boost in partly cloudy weather. So that's about it for Fashion Week in Pokemon Go. I'm personally really looking forward to getting the Fashionable Dragonite, and I do need quite a bit of XL candy for Dragonite for the Master League as well. Let me know in the comments if you are going to be playing the event and what you're most excited about. Check out this video on the screen now, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.